Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Yo, this one goes out to my man Nicky P via the Patreon. He says, bruh, you gotta check out Flotsam and Jetsam. No Place for Disgrace is the record. I've never listened to this band before. I'm expecting thrash metal, but to what extent, I've no idea. He also says you need to check out the original recordings, so hopefully this is right. It does say 1988 in the playlist in brackets. So with that being said, this was No Place for Disgrace. Looks like a relatively long record, quite long song lengths. Let's jump straight in. This is the title track. Let's go. Where's this band from? New York or something? Thrash. We got Newstead as a credit there. Gilbert, Newstead and Smith. Apparently got a nice good breakdown in here, eh? Someone says, in my opinion, this song is the most beautiful guitar solo ever created. Let me tell you something, numbers 8015. I'm not listening to this crap for fucking guitar solos today. I just want some riffs. I'm in the mood for riffs, man. I'm in the mood for riffs. Give me riffs. Here we go. Get into that breakdown. Bup. So when we said breakdown, I assume we were referring to that twinkly broken chord bit. I thought we were getting like a mosh section, man. Better, better. A little bit like King Diamond with that outro. That was pretty good, yeah. I know we got some good riffs coming up. Let's keep on going. I'm not going to say too much too soon, alright? We've got Dreams of Death coming up next. Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Dreams of Death is track number 2 of 10. We're listening to Flotsam and Jetsam tonight. Let's keep going. Come on. Let's go. Jason Newsted. That's a great riff, that. I don't think the guitar tone does it justice, in all honesty, but it's a great guitar riff. Bam, 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 bam. Come on. Come on. Where are we going? Mosh riff. Mosh riff. I like this riff. I think this is a cool riff. It's a subtle one, but it's a good one. That was Dreams of Death. I think that was a better tune than No Place for Disgrace, personally. I thought the riff was pretty good. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad at all, eh? The production value is interesting. And you know what? One thing I almost forgot, but I need to throw in there. When they sped up the riffs slowly and surely, when they were just slowly, incrementally speeding up, I thought that was fantastic. That was really good. Yeah, that's really good. And that's really hard to do in the studio, in all honesty. We've got N.E. Terror coming up next. Let's keep going. Yes, now bless. Now don't forget the rest now. Wagwan Batty Man. N.E. Terror is the track number 3 of 10 on Flotsam and Jetsam's No Place for Disgrace record. This listen through is devoted to my man Nicky P. Thank you very much, Nick, via the Patreon. Let's go, shall we? My headphones don't pick up the frequencies great, but am I right in saying there's not an incredible amount of, like, frontline bass presence in this mix? A lot of guitars, hell of a lot of guitars, the dual guitars. I think we got the bass line more central, we got these two guitars panned either side. Sounds a bit like a sped up Metallica riff. I forgot what the track is though. No Slayer in it. Slayer on was it Behind the Crooked Cross guitar solo section? Am I right in saying that? You know what I mean? Mic check. Mic check. Come on. So yeah, these dudes definitely didn't get much shine, did they? I've seen them on bills and I've seen them referenced, but nobody ever says this band is like one of their favourites. I've never come across anyone from metal to hardcore punk and the adjacent musics. I've never come anybody who's really gone in on this band. Yeah, I have seen them on bills and whatnot. Flotsam and Jetsam, I don't know what the actual... like meaning behind the words is. I'm sure it's something aquatic, right? But maybe the flows of a river or something, or flows of water. Do you know what I mean? Like the two opposing polarizing sides of something. Maybe a force of sorts. But I don't think the band's like title suits them that much, in all honesty. I don't think it sells the band. I think that's what makes it quite problematic. Even though the album artwork is like some of the hardest artwork I've ever seen. No Place for Disgrace with a guy doing, what do they call it? Is it seppuku or whatever, where they remove their innards? That's hard to me, man. So the artwork's sick. Let's keep on going. Track number 4 coming up. Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Escape from Within is track numero 4 of 10. We're listening to Flotsam and Jetsam. No Place for Disgrace. Let's keep on moving, shall we? It's devoted to Nick via the Patreon. Thank you. It's been a good experience because I've never had time to listen to this band, albeit being somewhat aware of them, never having heard the sound before. Bold statement here by Mike Castle before we get into it. He says, probably one of the most underrated and underlooked metal ballads, in the same leagues as Fade to Black, Cemetery Gates and A Tout Le Monde, which is like, wow, what, that's a crazy statement. Not crazy in a negative way, I'm not denying what he believes in, but they're like the top tier, aren't they, really? Cemetery Gates. Come on. Let's go. Really allows the panning to pop on this one, right? So we can hear the twinkling clean guitars in one ear, whereas we got the distorted chugging in another, and you can hear the dual vocals quite well, you know. And so how distant them drums are. The drums are at the forefront of the mix, are they really? Powerhouse. Belter. Come on. Ba-da-ba-da. Someone says this was, well, Kenneth Green says this was Flots at their peak. Not a bad tune. Not a bad tune. It was great when it picked up about the midway point. A catchy riff as well. Down, 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 da 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 da. Down, 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 da 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 da. That was good. Yeah, that was a great tune. That could have been the best track on the record so far. It was a great variation. It was half and half, wasn't it? You had the clean half, the serenade at the start, which led into the metal, and now we've got Saturday Night's Alright. What a track title, eh? Let's keep going. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV, listening to Flotsam and Jetsam. No Place for Disgrace, 1988 recording. This one's entitled Saturday Night's Alright. Let's go. So this is supposedly an Elton John cover. I don't know the original. Elton John definitely wasn't on about moshing. Oh, I think I know it. He follows the vocal melody to an extent, you know. I think I know this tune. Songwriter, Braverman, Carlson and Gilbert credited here. Stormbringer TV in the related video was doing a Flotsam and Jetsam album ranking. Fair play, fair play. Very heavy production. I know that I've said that the bass isn't like that prominent. The bass guitar isn't that prominent in the mix, but the low end of the guitars most definitely are. They overwhelm it, I think. Very blocky. I know this. Saturday Night's Alright was the title of that one. Elton John number. Well, it might not have been coined by Elton John, because the thing with Elton John is what I've heard is that he was a writing duo and he was very good with the melodies, whereas he generally had his right-hand man write for him for the most part. Yeah, it was Flotsam and Jetsam's variation of it, a lot more chuggy. It was a great way of hearing the production and the sound engineering of that, you know, comparative to what we have had on. It was all right. Like I said, I don't know the original to a fine degree, but I'm aware of it, especially that end bit. Saturday, more than likely been synced to so many different advertisements I've seen over the years. We've got Hard on You coming up next, track number 6. All right. Yes, now bless now people, don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Flotsam and Jetsam is who we're listening to. This listen through is devoted to my good friend Nick, who recommended this on the Patreon. This is track 6 of 10 entitled Hard on You. Let's go. It's a great guitar tone, that great clean guitars. Harmonics there. Dun dun. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, this sounds hardcore. This song. Hella weight style.
also you, you're living demented fear. Is it good for us to harmful? Does it enlighten or repress? Our children need to know what's going on, and that our world is a mess. What the fuck? Can't we say what we think anymore? Clean up the world, and we'll be singing praises forevermore. Can't you see? You're ripping away our independence. No one cares but you. There's never a way to stop the music. If you're hard on us, we're gonna be hard on you. Can't you see? You're ripping away our independence. No one cares but you. There's never a way to stop the music. If you're hard on us, we're gonna be hard on you.
Here we go. You can teach the children right. Who's to say we're wrong? If your committee is so damn right, why did we write this song? What the fuck? Can we write what we feel or not? You muzzle us, we'll kick your ass. You'll see that we can't be bought. Can't you see? You're ripping away our independence. No one cares but you. There's never a way to stop the music. If you're hard on us, we're gonna be hard on you. Can't you see? You're ripping away our independence. No one cares but you. There's never a way to stop the music. If you're hard on us, we're gonna be hard on you. I'd be surprised if this band wasn't from New York. In that track, I heard a little bit of Cro-Mags. I heard a little bit of John Joseph in the vocals, you know. Not too bad, not too bad. I'll give it respect because it's the original record. It's not the remaster we're listening to. It's a different and it's a bit of an odd sound. I wouldn't be surprised if the sound engineer, the producer, was a guitarist because the guitars are very prominent. And to be fair with you, the vocals lie in a very comfortable space in the mix, but the drums are quiet. They don't have much emphasis, not much oomph. And as far as the bass line's concerned, bass line gets the worst job out of them all, to be fair with you. We've got I Live, You Die, which is track numero 7, coming up next. Let's keep going. Yes, now bless now people. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. I Live, You Die is track number 7 of 10. We're listening to Flotsam and Jetsam. The album is No Place for Disgrace. This playthrough goes out to Nick via the Patreon. Let's jump straight in. We got a little bit of bass. We didn't add much solo bass, if any. That kick is really punchy and organic. I like that kick. It really stabs in them power chords there. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Isn't it amazing how these vocalists could just hit these high falsettos? When you get like these modern bands, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not sticking with the flavour of today as far as what the record labels are picking up, but just local bands, let's say, you just don't hear that quality of high vocal that you had just like running through all of these epic 80s acts. Someone says Jason Newsted's talents were wasted in Metallica. His time with F&J was the best. How can your talent be wasted in Metallica, man? That's a bold statement. Pretty bloody good, eh? Pretty bloody good. That was like the heaviest bass guitar presence we've had of any tracks on this record. It sounded fingerstyle as well. That last bit, it sounded fingerstyle. It didn't necessarily sound like it was plucked. We've got Misguided Fortune coming up next. There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV listening to Flotsam and Jetsam. No Place for Disgrace is the title of the record. Misguided Fortune is track number 8 of 10. Let's go. Nice.
Another night of rest and sleep, a life I chose to lead. Dream of hearts, reality, and vision of your life will see. Out to fire, rising people, broken family. The anger that burns inside you still can't set it free. Struggle for your sanity, betrayed and left alone. No one to reach out to for you to call your own. You wanna end this life of hell and free your heart of stone. It's just disgrace of the human race, the streets become your home. Day and night are now the same as winter falls and beats of pain. You can take all the blame for the life they chose to lead. The cops are done for them to play in a game of life or death. They lost their lives and scattered fortunes, nothing for you now. Darkness settles over you, only memories bring more pain. Molded from the grinding stone, you live your life in fame. Lack of stars to remain alive, you couple with your guys. Time to live, time to die, which will you decide?
There's a little bit of Anthrax in here, don't you think? When was the first record put out?
Life it did not choose to lead. No one to guide you in this insanity. You paid a price for a fatal mistake. This is not how they wanted it to be.
Come on. Cool phrasing. That was a really good guitar solo. That was absolutely splendid. Some great phrasing in there. Some very unique phrasing in there, you know? Check. Come on. That had the best guitar solo one by far on this record. We get credits for 3 people generally in here. Carlson, Gilbert, and Gregory. Was that one guitar solo from one person that sort of panned off, or was that actually a trade-off? Someone says one of the best metal solo interludes ever. Interlude solo is straight out of Guitar Heaven, Pierre Bliss. Yeah, people definitely care about that guitar solo. Yeah, somebody said it's where Dimebag got his squeal. That's a bold statement, innit? But who knows? PWAB coming up next. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. We're listening to Flotsam and Jetsam. This listen through goes out to Nick, who recommended this via the Patreon. This is PWAB. What does it stand for? I don't know. You tell me. Let's go. Some classical guitar work to start. Someone said it sounds so much like Metallica. Come on. They're from Phoenix, Arizona. I thought they could have potentially been from New York, you know. Cool riff. Come on. Ba ba da da ba ba da da da.
smokers, blackjack brokers, wearing yellow wild chokers. Streets are scared, the cows on the man, another city bomb in hand. Shots ignite while scenes cleanse the church. Sit at their side as the police are in search. Boys henchmen are getting away. Judges handshake, justice betrayed.
Cool lyrical content. I think that was like my favourite lyrical content they had from him. It was very clear as well, very coherent. Is it Belladonna I'm thinking of when I reference the Anthrax vibes with the front man from time to time? You hear it there at the end there, most definitely. Yeah, with that being said, what more can be said? Let's finish this record off. We've got the Jones to finish off, and then we'll give it a rating out of 10. I'll see you there, alright? There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, finishing off this record, Flotsam and Jetsam. It's been devoted to Nick, who has recommended this on the Patreon. No Place for Disgrace is the record. Let's finish off. Let's go. For Jones. Come on. Is it an instrumental to finish off? Come on. There we go. Final track of the record. I didn't see that coming, to be honest with you. An instrumental to finish off. Pretty heavy, pretty groovy. Good riffs, I must say. Good riffs. Good riffs. Was it a good thing to finish off with? You know what? I'd say, yeah, I reckon that was a nice way to finish the record off. Surprising, but it wasn't a bad way to do it. Finish off with some cool riffs, some cool grooves. The Jones. I don't know what the reference is to that one. Hey. So with that being said, I'm going to finish this record off with a album review. I'll rate it out of 10. And I'll see you there, okay? Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Flotsam and Jetsam. First time ever listening to this band. The record might have been the second one. No Place for Disgrace. It was recommended on Patreon by my good friend Nick, who says, bruh, check out some Flotsam and Jetsam, but listen to the original 1988 recordings as opposed to what I imagine would be remasters. And what an interesting experience it was. Not too bad at all. Very mature metal, you know. Heavy metal infused, thrash metal. Very cool artwork. I do like the artwork. I like the central piece more so than like... I don't think too much to the band's name. I think it's like... I don't know. I don't even know what Flotsam and Jetsam means, to be honest with you, but I know it's like a bit off-brand for the style of music we're hearing. The frontman, who is the frontman? I have no idea, but I'll tell you what, it sounds a little bit like John Joseph at times of the Cro-Mags. Sounds a little bit like whomever I'm thinking of Anthrax. Is it Belladonna? There's a New York sound to it, although they're from Arizona. Overall, it was okay. It was an interesting production because the guitar work really was like the focal point. Not as far as it being like technically able, but the sound of the guitars, the way the record was engineered. We had two bold, loud, crunchy, emphasis on crunchy guitars left and right. Bass tried to be central, but we barely heard the bass. But then again, my headphones don't really accommodate bass too much. The vocal line was good. Enjoyed the vocal line. Prominent. Wasn't at the front of the mix, but existed in a fantastic space where you could hear the vocal with clarity. Drummer got a bit of a bum deal. Drummer had a bit of a crap kit, to be honest with you. I didn't think too much to how the drummer was prepared. The drum kit that wasn't produced very well. And, you know, the technical capabilities in relation to what we heard with the rest of the band. I reckon this band would have done, like, heaps better. And this record would have been heaps better if the drummer, you know, was a little more fluid, was a little bit more all over the place, had a few nicer fills. Perhaps the drummer sort of let the record down as far as like a band composition way is concerned. Guitar work was cool, rhythm was cool, lead guitars were pretty cool. There was one fantastic guitar solo, or trade-off guitar solo in Misguided Fortune, I think it was. I was really impressed with that. That was maybe my favourite part of the record. Overall, I wasn't incredibly blown away by this record. A good amount of material on it, very consistent. That's to be said. I'm still going to give it a 5 out of 10. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 because it's a quality sound and it's a consistent sound. But as far as it's standing out, you know, whether you like the vocals, there's probably a band that can do the vocals better. If you like the guitar work, there's probably a band that can do the better guitar work. If you like the drummer, there's definitely a better drummer out there, and so on and so forth. I just think there's better alternatives all across the board in comparison to this act. They don't necessarily do any one thing like extra well. They just sort of exist within the middle space. That's my personal opinion. So I'll leave that on that one. With that being said, I'll see you on the flip side, people. Peace.